The expansion phase. So what happens when the price of DSD is above $1, such as is the case right now as we're recording this? So as we've set it up in the last video, the supply expands every epoch according to a set formula. Now that formula you can find in this Medium article, DSD, what happens after bootstrap. So the bootstrap period, just so you understand, was 150 epochs where the supply just expanded according to a predetermined rate. Now after epoch 150, this formula takes over. So the formula is explained here, but essentially what you have to understand, the way I would dumb it down, is between $1 and $2.20, right? So in that range, you will have a varying percentage from a 0% increase to a 10% increase. So if the price is 2.2, then this formula will yield 10%. And we are currently in that situation, and you can see here the total supply right now as I'm recording this in epoch 164. Actually, this might be 165 by now. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's 165. So you can see the total supply is 6,696 blah blah blah, and it will increase by 669,610. So that's exactly 10% of this. So now we're at the top range of the expansion cycle. Now the reason this is capped is in order for the protocol to not spiral out of control, because if it grows too fast, then you have too much supply coming into the protocol at the same time, and it can just spiral out of control. Now, what's the point of this supply expansion? The point of this supply expansion is to reward those people who actually deposit, or let's say bond, their tokens, their DSD tokens, either to the DAO or as liquidity. Now, I'm going to go into each of these in separate videos, but for right now, what you need to understand is the rewards are split 60% to the DAO and 40% to the liquidity providers. So more tokens go to the DAO, less tokens go to the liquidity providers. However, what also matters is the amount of tokens that are bonded in the DAO, which you can see here on the regulation page, and the amount of tokens that are in the liquidity pool. Currently, there's so much less in the liquidity pool, almost 8 times less than bonded to the DAO, which actually means that the liquidity rewards are higher than the ones for the DAO. Even though 40% goes to this, but 40% of the new supply goes to almost 500,000 tokens, whereas 60% of the newly minted supply goes to almost 4 million tokens. So there's quite a difference there. So per bonded token here, you will receive less in percentage terms than you would if you were to provide liquidity. As it stands right now, again, this can always change, and this is why you always have to check these numbers.